state of mankind. How much do you know? Excerpts from How the Spectre of Communism is Ruling Our World. 50. The Promotion of Economic Egalitarianism, a Stepping Stone to Communism. Under the influence of absolute egalitarianism, there are vigorous calls in the West for social justice, as well as minimum wage laws, affirmative action, equal pay for equal work, and other demands. What lies behind these demands is a desire for an equality of outcome. Behind them are elements of communism. If careless about these matters, man can easily find himself falling into a trap. From the communist perspective, it doesn't matter whether these vulnerable groups obtain equality or if their social status improves. They are merely pawns for inciting resentment. If communists get what they demand, then they will simply make new demands for equality, and there will be no end to it. If they don't achieve their demands, they will wage a war of public opinion, incite resentment, strengthen people's notions about the justice of equality, and turn these notions into a major platform on which to influence public opinion. Because communism incites resentment in multiple fields and via so many different means, once all the resentment explodes at the same time, social turmoil and perhaps even revolution will be the result. Communists will always be able to find vulnerable groups and then demand financial equality for them, repeating the process until absolute equality is achieved. These demands for so-called social justice become a stepping stone for the path toward communism. Free countries in the West have been eroded by communist ideology. This is simply the reality. In reality, the implementation of these policies often results in the opposite of what is intended. Those who are supposed to be protected by these policies are instead discriminated against and attacked. Take the minimum wage law, for example. On the surface, its goal is to protect the rights of workers, but the effect is that many factories simply stop hiring because it is uneconomical for them to do so. As a result, even more workers lose their jobs. Skills are not gained all at once. There's a continuous process of progress and elevation of skill, capability, and work ethic. The result of enforcing a minimum wage is that people don't get trained and socialized in lower wage jobs and then work their way toward higher paying jobs. The one-size-fits-all approach also violates economic theory and results in excessive government intervention in the economy. People also use the excuse of equal pay for equal work to demand social revolution. They cite statistics and claim that the average wage of black males is less than the average wage of white males, that the average female wage is less than the average male wage, and that these discrepancies are the result of racism and sexism. In reality, such comparisons are not appropriate. When comparing apples and apples, the results are different. Some scholars' research found that for black families where both husband and wife graduated from college or higher, their income is in fact higher than similarly situated white families. Simply because black families of this type are relatively fewer, there are discrepancies between the races overall in income. Making meaningful and accurate comparisons would appear to be common sense, but when communist elements are inciting discord and struggle, people seem to suffer a selective loss of vision. Communism does not care about the well-being of vulnerable groups. It is simply interested in slogans that drag people down the road to communism and thus destruction.